Before we talk about the possibility of God's existence, can you tell me which one of these circles is bigger? One is bigger than the other, but which one? The red or blue? You have 3 more seconds to decide. 2, 1. Okay, got your answers locked in? Which one did you think? If you answered blue, I'm sorry to inform you, but that's incorrect. So if you answered red, congratulations, you were wrong too. They're actually the exact same size. And probably that is what you thought at first as well, right? Do you see how easy we deny the obvious simply because someone told you to? And that is exactly what happened regarding this topic. God's existence is obvious, but we are told things to make us deny the obvious. Why we are told these things, that will be the next video. But my goal with this video is that I want you to be able to feel free. To feel free to choose to believe in God's existence. To feel that it's okay if you want to explore that and not feel that you're a dummy, that you cannot trust your own judgment, that you feel pressured into denying something that for you seems obvious, what you believe to be true or at least probable. So I'm going to share some things with you that will give you some of that confidence. Before I give you a super clear example of why the existence of God is obvious, I want you to know that contrary to what some might want you to believe, there are a lot of smart, well-educated people who believe in God's existence. Ever heard of Albert Einstein? Isaac Newton? Not your typical gullible, naive dummies that just believe everything, right? And there's thousands of leading scientists working in astronomy, mathematics, biology, physics, who believe in God's existence. But you probably won't hear about them in the mainstream or read about them in your school books because they don't want you to know. They want to paint this picture that believing in God is for the uneducated, for those simple minds who just don't really understand science. But that's not true. Do you know, for example, that the world-renowned professor, Dean Kenyon, he was a leading scientist in his field. He came up with the origins of life theory that is taught in the school books to promote this theory that denies God's existence. He completely changed his mind on his own theory and later said, I believe that a scientifically sound creationist view of origins is not only possible, but it is to be preferred over the evolutionary one. Probably didn't hear about that, right? But friends, let me tell you, you don't need a PhD to be able to know what the truth is. You don't need to be a researcher or scientist. You know, the topic of God's existence is often made so complicated with big, fancy science terms and words that are used, and professors that write one massive book after the other and studies this and theories that, as if this is a conversation for only those brightest of minds. No. You and I can figure it out. And I don't mean to be disrespectful. Maybe you are among those brightest of minds, but you get my point. Anyone with just a little bit of life experience and common sense knows what the obvious answer is. And I'll prove that to you with the help of the circles. For this little experiment, try to forget about everything that you have heard from the Bible, from science, from your school books, and just watch. Tell me, which one do you believe shows something that came into existence purely by random accident? No thought, no plan, no intelligence involved whatsoever. It just happened by itself, okay? Which one do you think? Let's try another one, okay? Oh. Tricky. One more, okay? One more. I guess you see what I did here, right? On the one hand, I showed you the most basic, simple human inventions. Yet, did you for 1 second doubt that someone designed this? No, you know that. Your friends would take you to a mental checkup if you would go around trying to convince them that your plates just appear by itself. So what then about these organisms and structures and processes that are far more complex than we've been able to discover yet? These basic human inventions, they don't compare to this on any level. So unless someone tried very hard to make you deny the obvious, there would not be a doubt in our minds that the evidence of an existence an intelligent designer outside of the natural world, God, the evidence is all around us. So why then do so many people deny the obvious? Why do people want you to deny God's existence? The answer is actually very simple, and you'll find out in this video. See if you think if it's a valid reason.